Our second speaker is Miss Kathy Kenner. It's in the genes. Again, her topic is It's in the Genes. Kathy Kenner.
Do you know what I've always wanted to be? A singer. Every time I ever heard Diana Ross sing, "Stop in the name of love," I asked myself, why with all this desire in my heart do I not have just the least little bit of ability? Now my husband says that I am the best he knows at singing badly. That I am not only tone deaf, but I am clap deaf too. Are any of you all clap deaf? When everybody is on that beat, we are never there. I absolutely refuse to accept responsibility for this, though. I blame it on my sheltered upbringing and my genes. I mean, what can you expect from a person who at the age of 7 was told the facts of life wrong by her grandmother? Or from a person who that for years thought that win a bago was a contest. I never could figure out what a bago was. And have you ever done something so embarrassing that you wished your family would just lock you in your room? A few years ago, I decided to take a year's leave of absence from my teaching job to find out what I wanted to be when I grew up, at the age of 50. My friends had pity on me and decided to take me out to lunch to the jailhouse in Carlisle. Now, do you all know where Carlisle, Kentucky is? Carlisle is that Andy of Mayberry town where Barney has a bullet in his pocket and one stoplight. After lunch, we got back out onto the sidewalk ready to cross when the light turned red, and when it did, the cars kept on coming. And I got a little bit miffed, but very politely I raised up my hand, pointed to the stoplight, and said, "Stop, the light turned red." It is not redder in Kentucky. But the cars kept on going through the light. So then I got a little bit mad. I went off of the curb into the middle of Main Street, threw up my hand, started yelling, "Stop! The light is red!" And then I noticed that all of the cars had their headlights on. Yes, I was in the middle of Main Street in Carlisle holding up a funeral. My friends laughed at me, and the next morning they had the funeral home in Paris call me up and offer me a job as a funeral director. Whack-a-doodle. Perhaps you think I'm the only one like this, but I'm here to tell you that it did not skip generations. Whack-a-doodle is pass-onable. Exactly 22 years ago, after 2 little boys, I finally had my precious little girl, William Ryan. He never looked right in those smock dresses I made him. We knew he was wacky at 2 when one night he yelled at us, "Mom, Dad, come wipe my bottom." We went running in there, and there was that little bottom straight up in the air with a big wad of toilet paper in one hand. And when he heard us come in, he wheeled around, grinned, and said, "Psych, I didn't really have to go." At age 5, he would call his friends up on the phone and play hide and go seek on the phone. The funniest was when he got engaged to a girl in Paris that is a big Catholic family. In fact, their biggest gathering is the Halloween party. And at the Halloween party, they have at least 140 or more members of an immediate family to come. After the party, they called me up to say, "Your son is wacky." Do you know what he came to our party as? A Mormon. He gets out of his truck the cutest things he ever did was one night he decided that he'd had enough of his big brother taking everything that he owns. So after we were all in bed, he yells, "Mom, don't tell Cam where I've got my gum and candy." Cam yells, "Where is it?" Ryan says, "It's on my chest." Cam said, "Where on your chest?" Ryan says, "Come here and I'll show you." Whack-a-doodle. Like, where might that come from? Russell Baker once said, "Don't make your children grow up to be like you. They just might do it." I'm Kathy Kinnemer, and in my family, it is the Twilight Zone. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I'll stop there. My husband might be listening. Thank you.